Morning everybody, myself Teshwini PG from Department of Botany, Virshava College, Ballari. Today I am dealing with the BSc second semester and the topic Neatum, Morphology, Structure and Reproduction. So previously we have completed with the Pinus. Coming to this Neatum, which is the last one concerned with the particular uh, second semester. Here we have Neatum is a gymnosperm. It belongs to the order Nettales. Neatum is the most advanced genus of the gymnosperms. The different species of Neatum are distributed in the moist tropical regions. Usually we are finding this Neatum in the tropical regions and even in the hilly areas. Many species are endemic to the particular regions. Neatum is seen in Africa, Asia, South America, Brazil, West Indies, etc. And it is not found in the Australian, Northern America and Europe. Neatum includes about 40 species. Of these, 5 species are reported and found in India. So they are Neatum ginomon, Neatum lantifolium, Neatum contractum, Neatum ulla, and Neatum montanum. So these are the 5 species which are being seen in the India and reported. Most of the species of Neatum are woody climbers. So you can take example as Neatum ulla and Neatum montanum. So coming to the morphology here, and firstly we will see about the systematic position. Neatum belongs to the division Gymnospermae, class Neotopsida, order Nettales, family Nettaceae, and genus is the Neatum. So here we are finding these particular plant with the morphological character or habitat of the Neatum can be seen. As we are very familiar, Neatum is a sporophytic plant body. It looks like an angiosperm plant. Many of the similarity of the characters are seen in the Neatum as that of the angiosperm plant, and it is consisting of a stem, leaf and a taproot system. So it is highly well developed. So it is differentiated into stem, root and leaf. Well developed systems are there. Majority of the Neatum species are climbers except a few shrubs and trees. Even we can see some of the climbers and the shrubs. Neatum trinevi is apparently parasitic. So some of the plants are dependent on the other plants. Two types of branches are present on the main stem of the plant. So branches of limited growth and branches of unlimited growth. So usually before we have seen in the pinus also, where the limited and the unlimited growth branches are seen, and each branch contains nodes and internodes. Stem of several species of Neatum is articulated. So some of the climber species, the branches of limited growth or shoots are generally unbranched and bear the foliage leaves. We have seen in the needle and even in the pinus, that is the foliage leaves and the scaly leaves. So the leaves are 9 to 10 are arranged in desiccated pairs. They often lie in the one plane, giving the appearance of a pinnate leaf to the branch. The leaves are large and oval with entire margin and reticulate venation. Here the venation of the leaf is reticulate in shape. As also seen in dicotyledons, some scaly leaves are also present but not as that of the foliage leaves. So here you can see the habitat. This is the habitat of the Neatum. You can see the reticulate venation, and at the tip we can see some of the strobilets. The long branches bear scale-like leaves at the nodes. There are two leaves at each node. So the node is Sollan. Here you can see very clearly the two leaves are present at the each node. So here the male and the female habitat of the particular plant, a small twig of the Neatum. So the normal leaf or on the dwarf branches may be obligate, oblong, elliptical or lanceolate in shape. The petiole is very short, the margin is entire, and the distal end is acute. The leaves show reticulate venation, as I told you before. And the Netum africanum, this is another species. They are small axillary buds arise in the axil of the normal foliage leaves. So this is about the habitat of the particular Netum. Coming to the young stem, here the internal structure of stem is similar to that of the stem of a dicot plant. As I told you all before, some of the angiospermic characters are seen in the Netum. So the transverse section of young stem shows epidermis, cortex, endodermis, and stele. So here the young stem is having the epidermis as the outer cortex here, outer part. So here you can see here clearly in the picture here the presence of the epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer. It consists of a compactly arranged reticular cells with thick walls. So the cells have papillated outgrowths. The epidermis is interrupted by sunken stomata. See here, you can see here the sunken stomata here and here also, and here also we can see some of the arrangement of the sunken stomata. Cortex lies below the epidermis. It is differentiated into an outer collenchymatous cortex, a middle parenchymatous cortex, and an inner sclerenchymatous cortex. So you can see here, this is the collenchymatous cortex here, where the cells are filled with the chloroplast there, and small dots around. Lower to that we can see the parenchyma cells and even some of the sclerenchymatous cortex. So the outer cortex is 5 to 7 cells in thickness. It consists of a polygonal cell rich in chloroplast. As I told you all, you can see here the dotted like structure, it is filled with the chloroplast there. The intracellular spaces are small. We are not finding more gaps here. The intracellular spaces are not found. Coming to the endodermis is the innermost layer of the cortex. It consists of a single layer of thin-walled cells. It is not very conspicuous. And see here we can see about this stele. The stele is central core of the stem. It consists of a pericycle, vascular bundle, and a pith. Here you can find this is a pith region. This is the pericycle, and even with the xylem cells, cambium and the phloem are also present here. So the stele is centrally core, as I told you all. And coming to the vascular bundle, here conjoint, collateral, end dark and open. As the cambium is present, we can tell that the open type of vascular system is seen. Here phloem cells are there on the upper region. Yeah, below these are the xylem one, and at the middle we can find a rib like structure, that is the cambium. Each vascular bundle consists of a outer phloem, a middle cambium, and an inner xylem. So the the phloem consists of a sieve tube and the phloem parenchyma. The cambium consists of a elongated meristematic cells. The cells consist of tracheids and vessels. Even they have the broaded pits on the oblique walls, and even some of the annular or spiral thickening of at the protoplasm xylem, but those of metaxylem has reticulate thickening. So we can see there the arrangement with the many number of tracheids are also present. So an excessive pith consisting of polygonal parenchyma cells is present in the center of the young stem. So this is about the young stem. Coming to the leaf here, internally Netum leaves also resemble with a dicot leaf. So this is another character where we can tell it is similar to that of the angiosperm. It is bounded by a layer of thickly cuticularized epidermis on both the surfaces. Stomata are distributed all over the lower surface except on the veins. So here if you see in this particular diagram, the stomata is being distributed on the upper epidermis and even in the lower epidermal region. So this is how we can see in the leaf especially they are having the epidermis, the outer one, mesophyll cells where the spongy parenchyma and palisade parenchyma are seen in this So here we can see these are the spongy parenchymas, okay, and some of the pellucid parenchymas are also present. So epidermis is the outermost layer. It is differentiated into upper epidermis and the lower epidermis. You can see here this is upper epidermis and this is the lower epidermal region. Okay, so the leaf is differentiated into an epidermis, mesophyll, and a vascular region, as I told you all before. So it is surrounded here epidermis. It is having both the upper and lower epidermal region. On the ventral side, we can see the lower epidermal region. The epidermal cells have undulated walls. Those are the wavy in nature. See here, these are the wavy in nature, wavy in structure. They are not very straight in nature. Okay, so we can see that the lower epidermal is interrupted by stomata. The upper epidermis is linked with the thick cuticle. We can see this after the epidermis. Here we can see the coating here. This is a thick cuticle here. So that this is another character of the xerophyte where it avoids the transpiration. Mesophyll next to the epidermis is the mesophyll. It is differentiated into spongy parenchyma and pellucid parenchyma. The pellucid layer consists of a single layer of elongated cells. Here you can see they are very much elongated, rich in chloroplast. The dots here you can see inside the dots, inside these particular cell, spongy parenchyma, you can find the rich chloroplast cells. It lies below the epidermis. The spongy parenchyma lies in between the pellucid layer and the lower epidermis. So no such tissue is there in the midrib. We are not finding any of these two tissues in the midrib. And coming to the vascular bundle, they are conjoint, collateral, and end arc. The xylem of this bundle face upwards. So here you can see this is the xylem, yeah, and this is the phloem, and middlely we can see the cambium, but very lightly present. Lower to that we can see some of the stone cells at the base of each and every bundle. This is the each individual bundle, and we can see the darker portion here. This is the stone cells, and each vascular bundle consists of a xylem and a phloem. The xylem is composed of a tracheids, vessels, and xylem parenchyma. The phloem is made up of sieve tubes, phloem parenchyma, and companion cells. These are the things we have to be noted in the particular leaf structure of the netum. Here when you take the section of the netum leaf and place it under the microscope, we are finding this structure. It is like a wing shaped, like wing structure, having two wings either sides and the vascular bundle at the middle region. So this is about the leaf of the particular netum. So here it is a color picture. You can see in the chart very clearly the habitat here, okay, the arrangement of the leaf and the placement of the vascular bundle with the xylem and the phloem, and the middle cambium is also there. The thick cuticle has the upper part here, epidermis below to that, pellucid tissue and the spongy tissue or the pangis parenchyma, and this is the primary root. We are not yet discussed about that, and these are the colorful pictures we can see in the netum structure. Okay, so next one, coming to the anatomy of netum root. So here this is very young root, has several layers of starch filled. See, since from cycles we are seeing that it is having starch grains, as we are calling the cycas, as some of the species are sago palms. Okay, so they are rich with the starch filled parenchymatous cortex, the cells of which are large and polygonal in outline. They are having the polygonal structure. Casparian stripes are seen in the cells of the endodermis. The endodermis follows 4 to 6 layer pericycle. Roots are diarch and exarch in condition. Small amount of primary cell visible in young roots becomes indistinguishable after secondary growth. So here we are focusing about the diagram. Here you can see here in the root it is also having the thick cuticle, and epidermis is very clear. It is outermost layer. It has many unicellular root hairs but very much not well developed. Therefore it is also known as epiblema. The epidermal cells are thin-walled and closely arranged. Coming to the cortex, here we are finding the cortex here in the picture with the young root. Lies below the epidermis, the cortex. It is composed of several layered of parenchymatous cells rich in starch grains. The cortical cells are thin-walled and polygonal in outline. Here you can see they are polygonal in outline. The innermost layer of the cortex is the endodermis. Here we can find this is the endodermis. Yeah, this is the endodermis here, and the latter is multilayered and parenchymatous. It separates the vascular region from cortex. So coming to the vascular bundle, here it is the arrangement of vascular bundle. The group of xylems are present diarch or triarch. The xylem is radial and exarch. It is surrounded by the phloem. Pith is absent. We are not finding any of the pith in the netum root. So even this is used majorly helpful in the secondary growth of normal type. Small cambial stripes arise from the phloem and form a complete ring along with the xylem groups. So this cambium produces secondary phloem to outside and the secondary xylem to the inside. Here we are finding the secondary growth is can be seen. So here vessels have simple or small multi-seriated bordered piths. Some of the xylem elements have starch grains. Bars of sinew are generally absent in the vessels. Phloem consists of sieve cells and the phloem parenchyma. So this is about the root of the particular netum. Next, in the next part, we will see about the reproduction of the netum. Thank you.